It's been a couple days. I've been burning the candle at both ends and I'm tired. I sincerely hope that you have a friend like I do in Bob. I'm not even home yet. Send a text to Bob to show him that you don't need a long bed truck. Bob is a long bed kind of guy. And before I even get home, Bob's texted me a full CAD layout of how I should cut these panels. Gonna make a drying rack from an old bunk bed. Sorry, Maria. You're not getting this bunk bed back. Battery's dead. I'll show you when it's done. It's been a couple days. I've been burning the candle at both ends and I'm tired. Anyway, I was able to get a clear coat on one side of the panels, but I ran out of sealer to do the other side, so had to pick some more up. In the meantime, I did finish the drying rack, so I'll show you that. It's a little rough and ready, but it should do exactly what we need. Okay, I got some more shellac for the front of the panels. The whole goal here is to seal the board and make sure that no moisture gets into the wood and rots it from the inside. Very important step for prepping the panels to make sure that they last for a long time. So I'm going to get a coat on the boards now, and then we'll move on to the next step, which is applying basically a primer to the board. Let's get to it. Okay, it's been a couple hours and we're going to move on to the next stage, which is sanding the panels and getting them ready for the coat of gesso. I think this is like a 120 grit, maybe a 220, pretty fine. Doesn't matter too much for me. I kind of want a little bit of texture on the boards. I'm used to painting on canvases which have texture, so moving to a panel, I don't really want it to be super smooth. So if you want it to be smooth, spend some time, do the sanding. I'm not too worried about it right now. Okay, got it all done. It's almost dinner time, so I'm going to try to get one coat of the next step, which is an acrylic gesso. This is basically just to prime the surface, get it ready for the oil paint. We're going to do 3 coats of this, and between each coat we're going to need to sand it. So I'm going to get to it. All right, we got round one done. We'll have to do it in batches. Looks like the old bunk bed drying rack can hold 27. So we'll let these dry and then get a second coat on them. And we'll finish these ones up and then do a second batch. Good morning. It's about 6:30 and I'm headed to the river. Let's go.
We did, and there's some good prospects. How do you want to do this? Do you want to look at Michael Eyes overall for how he handled this, or do you...
I don't think you can ask for a more beautiful morning. I have all my painting gear in this bag and the best hiking shoes anyone could ask for. This has got to be one of the most spectacular places I've been to on the river so far. This actually wasn't our destination today. I'm in Falmouth, which is just south of Middletown, and perhaps the most famous place on the river, which is 3 Mile Island. I was planning to do a whole video about that. I think we're going to pivot and do the video here. Just getting set up here. I'm a little bit overwhelmed with choice. Everywhere I look, it's like, oh, I could paint that. Oh, I could paint that. And I just got to get started. So definitely going to have to come back here. I mean, there is just so many different interesting views. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. There are so many freaking bugs. I had a feeling this was going to be a problem, so brought the incense stick. All right, I think I'm about halfway done. It's so funny that bee is just hanging out. Hasn't moved. I've even touched it with the paintbrush a couple times by accident. No problem. One of the things that I like about oil painting is that it's never permanent. You know, you can scrape it off and start over. You know, you put colors down and you're like, it doesn't quite work. I'll fix it. You have the ability to adjust and adapt on the fly. I think that's pretty similar to how I look at my life. I really value having options. I don't like to feel stuck. I don't think anybody likes to feel stuck, but when I feel stuck, I start to lose my mind. I think this YouTube project is really giving me some open skies, some blue sky ahead. It's fun. It feels like there's endless possibilities. I don't know if any of this makes sense. I'm hungry. I haven't really eaten much. Anyway, we'll get back to it. I will say, even with the factory in the background, I think it's a coal plant. still adds something to it. It's beautiful. All right, I'm done. Time to get packed up, get out of here. Bee finally went away. I love this painting. I feel so happy about it. Those rocks are very difficult to paint, and I didn't want them to be too realistic. And I think it feels good to, just feels good. A great freaking morning. Feels so good to get that done. Anyway, thanks for watching.